ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Trading Manager with GDM. Firstly, with today's outlook, we're going to take a look at the Nikkei 225 index. It closed down 182.97 points, or about 1% at 16,627.25, with stocks slightly under pressure from a relatively stronger yen. For the week, of course, the Japanese benchmark index climbed about 0.7%, with the yen strengthening against the dollar overnight, with the currency pair trading at 106.03 on Friday. Of course, that is on comparing with levels near 107.15 on Thursday, and of course near 100 2 weeks earlier. The spike in the yen, however, came after the Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda, who of course ruled out the possibility of helicopter money, or of course essentially printing more and distributing payouts to tackle deflation in Japan, of course, and aiming to build expectations that policymakers were gearing up to introduce with more stimulus. Also tracking the European stocks, they opened lower on Friday morning as, of course, markets digest the last decision from the European Central Bank. The Pan-European Stoxx 600 index opened about 0.2% lower on Friday, with, of course, most sectors in negative territory. Also, taking a look at the dollar, which was quite steadier against other major currencies, with, of course, investors still trying to figure out how Britain's decision to leave the European Union will, of course, affect the U.S. economy and also the policy of the U.S. Federal Reserve. The euro was trading at 1.1028, slightly above this week's low of 1.0980, but of course little changed from late US levels on Thursday, and also about flat on the week. Also tracking the British pound, it was also little changed at 1.3230. Gold in the commodity sector fell on Friday as investors cashed in profits following a 1.2% gain in the previous session on improving demand for the metal. One of the signs US and European central banks will, of course, continue loose monetary policies in the medium term. There is, of course, little selling, as we can see on the market coming into it, which is understandable given the fact that gold is about $20 higher from the lows that traded in Asia on Thursday, with a very good support at 1310 per ounce. Gold, of course, edged lower 0.5% at 1324 per ounce in late Asian trades, with the gold set for 0.7% decline for the week. Tracking the holdings of the SPDR Gold Trust, also the world's largest gold-backed exchange-traded fund, it fell about 0.2% to 963.14 tons on Thursday. Crude oil prices in the energy sector extending big fall in the previous session as, of course, investors reassessed U.S. data underlining the glut in the petroleum, while, of course, Iraqi crude exports are also on the rise. The global oversupply of oil has been easing, but with huge amounts of crude being held in tankers and tanks on land and water, the rebalancing could take longer than many expected. West Texas Intermediate dropped about 25 cents, or about 0.5% to $44.50 a barrel, after ending the previous session down 2.2%. That's all with the most important news of today. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next week.